Okay, hello everyone. So thank you to attend this meeting today. So should we start our meeting?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so we will start to discuss our first issue today, which is what is the most critical border that we must cross in this situation? Maybe for example like cultural, functional, psychological or political.
In my opinion, the most critical border for the business explained globally is psychological risk and functional risk. Psychological risk is the likelihood of suffering psychological trauma when exposed to a hazard. Psychological risk is a situation or factor that can increase the likelihood that an employee will experience a stressful response, such as a physical, mental, or emotional response in nature. Negative impacts can lead to unplanned absence, increased turnover, lack of participation or turnover, and increased work errors, as well as mental health problems. Hazards vary from workplace to workplace, but factors that cause psychological harm are usually grouped into one of the following categories, such as environmental, organizational, and personal. While for the functional risk, a functional or performance risk is the possibility that a product will malfunction and not function in the way it was designed and advertised to provide the desired benefit. Function, functionality, also known as perceived, may include a consumer's fear and or suspicion that the product they are purchasing will not perform their intended function. This also happens when new customers buy a product or service, and whether it works or not, there may be no backstory. This is especially true for new products coming to the new or global marketplace. I think that's all for the functional risk and psychological risk.
Okay, as for me, I would like to suggest that the most critical border is culture, because there are differences. There are differences in culture for every company. So when an employee work with other employee from other country, they will have clash culture, and this will cause that they will not understand for each other culture. And besides, the culture that an employee work in other country doesn't suit with them because it is out of the norms from the culture at their own country. As for functional borders, there are some challenges in decision making and communication. Decision making is difficult in functional orientation because file or report need to through many departments to get confirmation, even though those departments didn't add anything to the report. Plus, perception exists due to poor communication and lack of understanding what are other areas function in the organization. This will cause the organization decrease in flexibility and innovation. That's all for my opinion.
Okay, for my opinion, there is 2 points in addition. So the first one is differences in working style, because some research shows that work style has relation to job demand that can affect job satisfaction and performance. Of course, working style are different for every employee, and it was an advantage for an employee personal growth, and sure there may be faces some challenges. So my second point is country cross-border issue. There is many country restrict the cross-border issue. from any entry except it is important matter due to the pandemic of COVID-19. The staff or employee has started work from home due to the pandemic, and also for the interview for the new employee and the work routine also need to solve by online. So now the pandemic is more stable than before. Many companies started work in the office, but the cross-border issue are still not open, and this may become a problem to the employee from other country. So that's all for my point. Any addition? Okay, so let us continue with our second issue, which is, does the lack of technical expertise will prevent us from taking part in a critical meeting?
In my opinion, lack of technical expertise will prevent us from participating in critical meetings. Technical expertise and skills are the capabilities and information required to complete specific tasks. Mastering the technical expertise can ease employers to work functionally across departments. In international management, it is necessary to have knowledge about technical expertise such as in common operating systems. Nowadays, it is normal to use internet or online platform to communicate with each other, especially in these pandemic situations. Of course, using the internet or online platform will definitely encounter many technical problems. So we need to have technical expertise in order to do our best to obtain the latest information when communicating with each other. For examples, technical expertise can help us solve network problems and even presenting slides problems encountered in critical meetings. So, I believe that lack of technical expertise will preventing us from taking part in critical meetings. That's all.
So, any addition from anyone? Okay, so let us come to our last issue for today's meeting. So the last issue is, do our co-workers' personalities have very opposed to our personality styles from us?
In my opinion, yes, our coworkers and us have different personality style. Uh, we are more extrovert. We like to communicate with people, enjoy speaking than listening. Meanwhile, for our coworkers who introvert, they do not really like socialize and loud noise. So when in meeting, they tend to be quiet and passive. Meanwhile, extrovert more proactive. That's all.
Okay, so if there is no question anymore, our meeting will end now. So thank you everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.